Gino in Sanibel Island, Florida. What a beautiful place to be. Instead, I'm at freeprescriptionlenses.com right here in the lab. And I'm going to cut your Essilor Ideal Advanced Progressive Lenses with Transitions Gray for your Versace. This is the model number 3218, color GB1 in the 53 eye size. So let me take out everything out of the original packaging as Versace sends it to me. Of course, your Versace case, your Versace card of authenticity, your international warranty, all that stuff in a million languages. You can flip through that. I'm going to go to work. Pop this open. Of course, you got your Versace cleaning cloth on the inside. But the star of the show, the main attraction, comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together while it's being shipped from Italy. This is the 3218, color GB1 in the 53 eye size. So this one is a great frame. It has that Greco pattern engraved into it. You got the Medusa emblem on both sides, same pattern on both sides. Let me begin. I'm going to pop out the original demo lenses, put that in there so you make sure you receive everything. Put the frame into the tracing element of my blocker, but first, you are Secret Agent 1466. Let me program this into the computer. It doesn't like being blocked. There we go. And I'm going to hit start. Little stylus is going to pop up and go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Versace frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they are prescription or not. Let me hit the start button. I'm going to enter your pupillary distance, 32 for each eye. 32. Let's raise the optical center up to 24 on these. Change the layout screen since these are the no line invisible bifocal. Also goes by progressive, goes by multifocal, goes by the no line trifocal, no line bifocal, but it's going to do everything you need it to do. And once you get it on your face, that is, pull the paper away, line up the magnet, get everything lined up in there perfectly, and hit this button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We'll do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Find that lens that ain't right. There it is. Same pupillary distance, same optical center height. Get everything lined up in there just right. And come on, get in there just right, and hit that button. The arm's going to come down, place a block onto the left lens. Hang on one second, be right back. Okay, sorry about that. My wife was calling me, making plans for the weekend. Had to take that call. Fellas out there, you know, when you've been married as long as I am, wife wants to get away for a nice weekend, you jump. So, where was I at? Oh yeah, this is the Edger. It costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out and buy their own. Then you can cut your own lenses at home without interruptions from the wife. My wife, at least. But I'm going to go ahead and put the lens into the chuck. I'm going to need a paper towel here in a minute. Let's go ahead and get that ready. Bring that up. These are polycarbonate lenses. I'm not going to polish the edges, but I am going to hit the start button. The door is going to close. The clamp is going to shut. And then the lens is going to be traced by two white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. Go around, trace that right lens. And the old saying, measure twice, cut once, is measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel for the least amount of edge thickness showing, of which you will have none in this frame with your prescription. Speaking of this frame, of course, these are clear lenses that will turn dark when you go outside, but for anyone out there who wants a true pair of sunglasses, they do the same temple in a pair of sunglasses. The classic aviator in plastic. People who don't like the nose pads, they now make a plastic aviator with that same Versace temple. Y'all need to jump on this. Jump on it. But Gino, we're going to stick with this one. And this actually could very well be my next frame. I can't decide whether I want to get one or not. But there's water flickering in the background. That's there to catch the optical sawdust as it comes off the cutting wheel. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic, high-index plastic, and Trivex lenses cut wet, meaning this water sprays onto the lens for the duration of the cutting cycle, of which it is not doing now, but it will spray onto the lens for the last 20 seconds just to wash away any optical debris that may be coming off this lens. But your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They're virtually unbreakable. These are high-impact ballistics grade lenses, the same lens material that our very own U.S. forces wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel and flying debris. It's also the same lens material that OSHA requires that its factory workers wear on the factory floors to protect their eyes. It also has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens, as well as a premium scratch coating. That's what you get from me. So water has begun spraying, which tells me it's in the last 20 seconds. Clean everything up. That reminds me, I need to take a bath. It is spring. Spring was yesterday. Spring has sprung, so it's time for me to take a bath. Now, the little lever's coming out. At the end of that lever is a spinning wheel. Something you would find, a little disc. And that's what's applying the safety bevel to the rear concave surface of the lens. Now, no portion of this lens should protrude from the frame onto your cheek. But the reason why I'm doing that is as I press the lens into the frame, I don't want any sharp edges that could possibly mar your frame. I say possibly because it ain't gonna happen. Not with the guy with the 2 thumbs on the job. It ain't gonna happen on my shift. So, I'm gonna dry everything off. Clean some of these dots off. Clean that writing. Oh yeah, we good. We good. Let's see if it fits first time around. I'm gonna tuck the lens in at the outside corner. Push down at the nose. It ain't going. So I'm gonna take, let's do, because this is a plus lens, let's do 0.2 of a millimeter. I'm gonna hit retouch. Retouch. Reach out and retouch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place where opticians can't sing. Come on, sing with me. Let them hear you outside. But yeah, so it's going to go back down onto the bevel wheel, and I'm going to take 0.2 of a millimeter off, going around the circumference of your lens until it pops in there easily. I do not want to force the frame, the lens in there. It would cause the frame to stretch or roll. I want this to pop in easily. So the years from now, the reason why I barcode this in there, years from now, should you ever need more lenses for this frame, you'll be able to pop these lenses out and pop the new ones in. I can mail them right to your home. Everything will be barcoded into the computer. Once I know the final size that I'll be cutting, I'll enter that under the ARA or the REL. And you will have to be silly. If you buy one of these machines and put it on your kitchen counter, you got to be plenty silly. There's a long legacy. There's a tradition you got to follow. Man, am I hungry. I am hungry. Got some basketball games. My hometown Duke Blue Devils will be playing tonight at 7:30. My neighboring team, the North Carolina Tar Heels, will be playing at 9:30. I don't know if I'm going to stay awake for that game because I got old. It just happened kind of sudden. Well, it didn't happen all of a sudden. It just happened over the years. Tuck this in. Hang on, hang on. Come here, lens. It's still live. It's fighting with me. You know, I'm still going to take it down 1/10 of a millimeter. I'm just a perfectionist that way. You want a perfectionist like me cutting your lenses? I cut every pair of lenses that get shipped worldwide. And it's that little extra at the beginning that makes extraordinary out of ordinary. That little extra. Now, if you live next door and I need to take it down a little bit, that's one thing. But since you're about a 10-hour drive or a 2-hour flight, I'm going to make it perfect from the get-go. I would love to make it down to Sanibel Island. I've heard wonderful things about it. I've never been myself. I've got a brother in Tampa, and I've been to Tampa about 4 or 5 times, taken a bathing suit every time, and I have never gotten in the ocean. I don't even think I've gotten in a pool at the hotel that I stay at. That's just a shame, but that is life. Go down there to visit family. You don't go there to get in the water. But one of these years, all right. Take that off, clean that out. Set this down. Now the lens pops in there easily. I took it down 3/10 of a millimeter. I'm going to mark that on your record. Put it on L, hit start. The door closes, the clamp shuts. Just like before, the lens is going to be traced to make sure it's large enough to fit into the frame. And you can see as it's tracing the shape of the left side. And just like before, measuring the thickness of the lens to know exactly where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. Of look, you got none, no edge thickness whatsoever there, Gino. You got some optical sawdust on there. Let me take that back out. And the reason, of course, I put the safety bevel on there, you saw me pushing on the frame trying to get the lens in there until it fit. Every time I pushed on the frame and it was too large, I don't want it to scratch the surface right around the edges. That's just me. That's where my OCD kicks in. You want everything to be nice and perfect right there. So I'm going to come down here to my lensometer, spin the axis wheel to 80, put it in above that black dot, read the power, and I am getting +2 in the black. 0, 1, 2, and 3. That's because you are farsighted. You need 8 steps of magnification to see everything nice and clear far away. Now, once everything is the correct size, you need 2 steps of astigmatism correction. So you have a +2 curve on your eye this way, a -50 astigmatism curve, which just means it's 2 steps steeper than this curve. And that's how we line those 2 curves up to make everything crisp, and we're going to line them up on the 80th meridian in both eyes. A straight line is 0 to 90 to 180. So starting from the 0, we're only going to get to about the 80th meridian. Now you are unique. You are the same power. +2, -50 at 80 in your left eye. Now, of course, you're always, I shouldn't say always going to have the same bifocal eye, but just about always. You have the same pupillary distance. That is actually rather unique. Now, not to you, but it is to me because I cut so many prescriptions all day long. That to have the same power on both eyes, same PD. Gino, you're about as symmetrical as they come. Although the only way you can get even more symmetrical is if you had a twin. That would be awesome. Who had the same prescription. That would just be spooky. Although tell him, if you do have one, tell him to get this Versace. This is the 4312, same color GB1 in the 60 eye size. Where's your frame? I left it down here. Versace 3218, color GB1 in the 53 eye size. Versace 4312, color GB1 in the 60 eye size. That's how you can tell them apart. They both sell for $250. They both come in Italian leather Versace case. Clean everything off here. Go ahead and make sure all that optical sawdust is off. Clean up as I go. Drop that in the trash can. Alright, we're going to tuck this in at the outside corner. Press down the nose. It snaps in easily. That's what I want to hear. Take the block off. Dry that off. Add the sticker to my sticker collection. Ooh, look, that's peeling away. Get back on there, you. Get back on there. And come down here to the lensometer. I don't have to turn anything. We're still on 80. Put it in above that black dot. Read the power. Getting +2. Check the astigmatism correction. And we're at -150, exactly halfway between 1 and 2. And I think I was running my mouth. Forgot to check the astigmatism correction there. And we're still at +150. Because if you had $2 and someone borrowed 50 cents, you would have +150 in both eyes. +150. Now your pupillary distance is 32 in each eye for a total of 64. Place the PD stick against my thumb, well, not the inches, the millimeter side. And when we hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 64 millimeters. Check the optical center height. Oh yeah, man, this is just perfect, perfect. I love when everything comes out perfect. So this is the portion every video that I clean your mentions. I mention clean your lenses. I mentioned that when you get these in the mail, and of course this purchase is tax-free with free shipping anywhere in the United States, but when you get these in the mail, there is a small chance that that these could be too loose or too tight. However, you will have an 80% chance that one side is sitting higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other, and I'm no exception. I'm part of that 80%, and because of that 80%, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. So just stop by your local office and tell them if it's too loose or too tight or high on one side. It only takes about 30 seconds to a minute to adjust a pair of glasses perfectly, but I'm going to get these in a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, did I mention I'm part of that 80%? When I take mine off, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. I'm wearing the Versace 3245 in color blue tortoise with the nice shiny silver temples to match my shiny silver wisdom highlights on the side of my head. And let me get these cleaned off a little bit better, and then I'm going to activate them, which means I'm exposed them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light. Now, I also want to mention that I send out a selfie request in every package. So Gino, I would love to have you rocking these things for the website. But I also send out cleaning instructions, not only how to care for your frame and lenses, but for your Versace cloth, my premium microfiber cloth that I'll provide, which everyone loves better than the ones that the manufacturer gives you, because it's nice and bigger and softer and better. And you will hug it and squeeze it and hold him and call him George. But this is what your lenses look like clear. I'm going to go ahead and activate them for the first time, which means I'm exposing them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light in my Transitions Adaptive Lenses Experience Life Well Lit. See for yourself box. I'm going to put it in here now. As you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for transition lenses to darken. It takes a little bit longer when you come back inside, 45 seconds to a minute 15. Now, Gino and everybody else, pay attention. All transition lenses will get dark on day 1 and continue to darken every day for the first couple weeks are exposed to the sun. After that, they will work for years at maximum performance. The only time they won't work is if you have behind the windshield of a car. Your windshield absorbs the sun's harmful UV light that would cause your dashboard to crack from sitting in the sun all day. That's why they won't turn dark in a car. Now, they're also temperature sensitive, meaning they will turn darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I would just like to remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside and you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's 100 degrees. So this is what they look like. The green lenses versus the gray. These make for some nice sunglasses when you go outside. So that's it. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as freeprescriptionlenses.com, on Twitter as freerxlenses. As I run my mouth, you're going to see how they keep getting lighter and lighter. If you have any questions, you can email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com, or simply click the Contact Me button on the website. And you can also leave a question or comment in the comment section below. I'll be sure to answer that. So Gino in Sanibel Island, Florida, thank you for the purchase of the Versace 3218 color GB1 in the 53 eye size. And everyone else has got a chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.